speaker is a highly accomplished entrepreneur, enterprise solutions architect at FlutterFlow and a Google developer expert for Flutter and Dart. With over 7 years of mobile development experience, he has worked with more than 8 companies, and his last app on the App Store crossed 1 million downloads. Passionate about EdTech, he has built 2 products for his startup and runs a coding bootcamp for Flutter. A dedicated mentor, he has guided 50 plus individuals, sharing expertise on app development, scaling, and future tech trends. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Vivek Yadav.
I'm audible. I'm audible. Cool. Good morning, Goa. Good morning, Goa. Good morning. Okay. So for a fact, I've slept around 4 hours. So if I miss something or if I do some weird stuff, okay, so that will be a message for you that at least take 8 hours of sleep. But cool. So as Karthik and Panjim has already told, Goa is not only about tourism. We are having a lot of IT events. But for a fact, right now we are having more than 3 biggest events, the biggest IT conference events in Goa right now. Okay, apart from DevFest. And DevFest is one of them. So Goa is not just about tourism now, right? It's not just about fun, it's not just about party. It is also about building products, right? How many of you have built any product in your lifetime? Any product, mobile app, AI, maybe a building, and I don't know. How many of you have built something in your life? Can I see your hands? Okay, I don't have anything to give you right now as a party token, but I can give you a lot of building token if you want. But for that, I want to see your hands. Okay, what about others? What are you doing here? Are you product managers? No, right? So, okay, cool. That was a bad joke, but cool. Can I have this one? Okay. So, before we start, how many of you know Flutter? Okay. How many of you know Android? iOS? Okay, what about others? Are you also sitting with me or you are having some other kind of dilemma? Okay, please. So, the Flutter, Android, iOS, few of you already know that these things, the Android SDK, iOS SDK I'm talking about, these things are used to build mobile applications, right? You have used mobile application, right? Do you hate mobile application? No, you love it, right? Unless you scammed by some random APK. We love building products. We love using products, right? So we'll just dive into, how you can build this product visually using a tool, FlutterFlow. Okay? It was a tool day before, 2-3 years back, but now it is an environment to build their products visually. And we will see how 1.6 million people are using FlutterFlow to build their apps. So are you ready? Yes? Yes. Okay, cool. So that was frequency interference. And this is me, Vivek. I am delivering talks for more than 5 years. I think I have delivered more than 70 talks till now. And yes, that's achievement big for me. Is it audible? Okay. That is my first question I go and ask at every event. Is it audible? Is it audible? Do you know why? Trust issues, right? I don't trust this. Right? So what do we do to remove these trust issues? We use it. We build our trust if this is right or wrong. That's why I ask, is it audible? You say yes, then basically I'm building trust, right? So while developing apps, okay, you build your trust. While marketing your app, you build your trust, right? Yeah. And what I am doing, I am doing a lot of conferences around the world to build trust between you and me. Okay, so if I am doing that for 5 years, so I think it will be useful for you as well, and I hope the first talk goes well. So yeah, I'm Vivek. I empower everyone to craft exceptional digital products effortlessly, and I will show you how. Apart from that, I am enterprise solution architect. I help enterprises, basically companies who have billions of products, to build their products in Flutter and FlutterFlow. I'm also Google developer expert for Flutter. So yeah, I'll not explain that. I'm also Google for startup mentor. So it's basically accelerator, and if you want to get in that, you can connect with me or the Google team who is here. Okay, let's start. So what are we doing? We are building products, right? Right? Yes, no? Okay, this is not one-way communication. Okay? This has to be two-way communication. Otherwise, you will have trust issues, right? If only one party is talking so much, other party is not talking, you know very well, right? You will have trust issues. So, okay. So, just a moment. Cool. Cool. So let's start. Building products. Are you here for building products? If no, then you're wrong. Okay. Because whatever we do, we are AI developer, product managers, Scrum Master, whatever we are only building products. Okay. It's not like we are coding it, but it's like we are designing it, we are planning for it, we are marketing it, right? So in the end, what we do is that we only build products. Okay? And these products, what they have, the IT products, the tech products, right? They have maybe backend, APIs, SDKs, screens, navigations, and whatnot, right? And with Flutter, what you can do? With Flutter, you can build the front-end applications, right? So what does this front-end products have? They have screens, they have navigations, they will have animation, they will have APIs, SDK, native integration, and a lot of stuff. Okay. So when I say I'm building products, I'm also saying that I'm building mobile apps, I'm building web apps, I'm building desktop apps. And again, I know what these applications will have, right? Let's go ahead. Let's see what it looks like when you build a lot of products. So take an example. Okay. Take an example that you are building a product and you want to reach to every inch of user. He might be on mobile, he might be on web, he might be on tablet, he might be on desktop, right? So what you will do? You will start writing code for each and every platform, right? No, with Flutter, you don't have to write. You write once and you get output everywhere, right? Am I right? The same we do with FlutterFlow as well. Okay. But we do little differently. Again, FlutterFlow is what? FlutterFlow is an environment to build Flutter apps. Okay? So let's go ahead. So we know we build products. Okay? We also build design with products. We just don't build products, right? We build design with products. We also build customized products. Right? We just don't want a simple mobile app with some screen, some buttons, right? We want to customize it, customize in form of actions, functions, animations, and whatnot. Okay. Along with that, we also want to build scalable products. We just don't want that our application start crashing after 100 people using it. Right? We want to scale it. And yeah. So when we say about design-based products, okay. So take an example of a consumer app built on FlutterFlow who have 250 pages built into FlutterFlow, plus more than 300 components built into same window. So what does it mean? It means you can actually design or you can actually create components, okay, which are very designed. It is not very simple components. Like if you have any thought, okay, FlutterFlow is giving you a simple component, or it's not like that. FlutterFlow is nothing but a Flutter environment, right? And with Flutter, we know we can control each and every pixel, right? If you're a Flutter developer, you will know that. So with Flutter and FlutterFlow, what we are doing is we are building design-rich products by creating design systems, animations, and everything in a single window. What else? We are building scalable products. Right? What is mean by scalable products? That we want to make sure that we have million users, not just few hundred users. Right? So for example, there is a banking product built upon FlutterFlow which have reach of 1 million users. Okay. Then we want to customize our products. We just don't want simple products, right? We want customized animation, we want customized functions, we want customized actions, and few more. Right? So we built our product which is design-rich, customizable, scalable, front-end products. Right? What else we are doing? We are building all of this visually. How? You will see that. So we have an option of configure your UI elements in the same window. So for example, we have more than 200 UI components. For example, text field, buttons, which you can customize based on your brand or based on whatever designer gave you. And you know what designer gives you. Literally anything. So yeah, you have more than 200 elements which you can configure again in the same window. Then, after configuring everything, what you will do? You will basically create a page and start writing code for that. Right? What will happen when you tap on that button? So we call it as an action. You can visually build these actions using action editor, action flow editor. So what you do is basically, if you see, you are dragging an action which is back into the action flow. Okay. Similarly, you can build all the complex functionalities. Basically, just think of it like you are creating a flow chart with all these actions. Then you have built it, you have written action for it. Now you go to test it, right? You go to see what it actually looks, right? How it is looking. So for that you have live preview. So you don't have to install anything in the laptop, or also you can use the product of FlutterFlow on the tablet. So you're not installing anything. Even though you are able to see what you are building, right? And you can also connect your app with the live data. What is the live data? Basically, you can keep some live data or some data about your app, about your screen, about your user in the app, and you can ask FlutterFlow to show you how your application will look like with this data. Okay? Cool. So that's what we do with Visual Tool. What we do is we configure UI elements, we use Visual Flow Editor, we use live preview, and we connect our app with the live data backend. Okay, after that, we built our app, visually. But there's one thing which is missing, right? I cannot be working on the app alone. I'll have 100, 200, maybe 500 people working on the same app. Right? That's where collaboration comes in. So what you do on FlutterFlow is that whenever you create a project, you can invite someone to collaborate in your product or in your project. You can invite them as a developer, you can invite them as a designer, you can invite them as a marketer as well. So they will come and they will do their changes related to their marketing campaign. Similarly, you can invite Scrum Master and who not, right? You can basically invite anyone as hey, so if you have any problem, you can go and change the FlutterFlow project itself. Okay. And we have this issue with a lot of designers, right? They come with some random design thing like animation and ask us to design. So what we can say, I'm not asking you to say, but what we can say is, hey, you can open the project, I've invited you, go and do the change. Or create component, and yes, it is very easy for them as well. Okay. After building, what we can do is you can invite them to get their feedback as well. Because you don't have to install any Flutter SDK or any Java SDK, and you can get your app running in the same window. So you can ask them that, hey, come and give me feedbacks about the product. Okay. Then branching. Usually this problem happens with developers, right? We build a lot of stuff at the same time, and then we forget to do push, or pull, or PR, we forget to raise a PR. So a lot of stuff are happening, which we shouldn't do. So FlutterFlow provides you the branching, the advanced branching strategies or functions which you can use directly in the same window. So you can create your own branch, you can create lots of commits, and you can merge them as well in the same window visually. Okay. I'm not saying to go and read code. You can see things visually that okay, this button was blue and now it is red. What else? So for collaboration, we have invited people, we got their feedback, we use advanced branching within developers, and we also reuse components. This is very important. For example, if I am an enterprise, I can have more than 500 applications. But what I want is same brand others across that. If I give an example, you do a lot of applications of the same brand, but they have different colors, right? Why? They're not able to manage the design system effortlessly. But if you're building it in a very secure and controlled environment, you can do that easily within FlutterFlow. Okay? So we have built our products, the front-end products, which are design-based, scalable, and by visual and collaborative. What else? After building, I want to write automated tests, or I want to deploy it right out of some Play Store or Play Store or App Store. Right? So what you can do? After building the product, the process of testing, debugging starts, right? So you have a window. I already told you, right? You don't have to install anything. So what you can do, you can run the app, okay, on the same window, and you can see how and where it is running, what data it is showing. I think I'm talking about this one, yeah. So if you see, the application is running somewhere, okay, you don't have to install anything, but at the same time you can see what is value of your variables, just like debug properties, right? We do while running. What else? After debugging, after everything, what you can do is you can also write automated tests. We hate it, right? We don't write test data. But what if I told you that okay, you can do it visually? Would you do it? I'm pretty sure you don't. Or you don't. Okay, but please do. So you can create your automated test which will run whenever you want, and it is very simple to add. It's like you're asking, can I take this button? With a button go. And take this button. I will tap on this 4 or 5 times, and my output should be, let's say, 500 as a value. Okay. What else? The code which you generate from FlutterFlow. Okay. So what we did till now, we built the products visually, right? After building everything, I wrote my code. So what you can do, you can download the code in your IDE or in your project or in your laptop, wherever you want. If you want to create your own or write your own script for uploading it to any store, you can do that as well. So basically you own your code. Nobody owns your IP. Right? The things which are built, it is yours. It's not mine. So that's it. What else? Now you might have a question like, it's fine, it's great to run the app without installing anything. But I am a developer. I want to test the app by myself. So yes, you can do that as well using local run. So what you can do, you can, let's say, open a simulator, ask FlutterFlow to connect with it, run the app and see how it is looking in that particular application. Okay? So, we built our product, the front-end product, effortlessly using visual tools and collaboration tools. We also added automated tests, but also we want to deploy it across the stores, right? For example, I have to deploy it on Windows Store, I have to deploy it on App Store for iOS, Android, and whatnot. So you get that option as well. In the same window, you have an option to deploy it on the web, on the App Store, Play Store, and if you want to deploy it on Windows, Mac OS, or Linux Store, you can download the code, right? And or push it to the repository, basically the GitHub repository, and start an action which will create it and deploy it in the source. So basically you have your own script frame and you don't have any problem of uploading it to anywhere. Okay, so yeah, what you do is you test, you run, you own your code using local run, download code, the deploy apps, automated test and debug panel. Okay, so what actually we are doing? So we are building design-rich, customizable, scalable front-end products, visually, collaboratively, with automated test and deployment control. Are you guys with me? Okay. So, what if I told you that you have a power of doing Uno reverse to your program? Would you love to do that? Okay. So let me talk to Flutter devs. What you do is you write code, you run the app, and then see what are the changes you have done, right? And if you didn't like, what you will do? You will repeat same process again. What if I would say that you can do without running this thing? Basically, you drag a button, change color, and see it there itself. Right? What if I told you that you don't have to look into widget after building the app or after building the app? Right? So would you love that? Okay, well I do. So yes, you can reverse these two problems to Flutter apps directly. Is that you don't have to wait for an application to run to give you the UI output. Plus, you don't have to wait your application to run and give you widget treatment. Okay. Now, what happened with all of this? So basically, if you're building your apps visually, what happens? Am I taking your job, or am I asking that the developers are not required? Is that a case? Yes, no? Okay, well it's no, because I myself developed mobile app for more than 7 years and Flutter apps for more than 5 years. I started using Flutter when it was not in public as So then I started using FlutterFlow. Right? Initially I thought, okay, this is not doing much great job, or it is not up to the mark. But when I started using it, I got to know that okay, it is giving me superpower to develop things visually, basically save my time, okay, and build the same product faster, right? And what happens when you build product faster? Yeah, we save money, but we actually earn money faster. You are here for what, right? To gain some knowledge, to take this knowledge and earn more, right? Right? So it's all about money. So when you save time, basically when you have money, you can build product up to this. When you have more time, you can build product up to this. But when you can save money and time to build same product, you can build your product up to the mark which you do. Okay. So basically what we are doing is, with saving this money, saving this time, with having this superpowers, we are making ourselves faster to build this product and market it before the time or in time. Okay. What else? So now this non-technical users or non-technical people in the product development, right? If you are here, can I see your hands? The non-technical, basically who don't like to write code. When you don't raise, you will not raise it up. Okay. So you get the superpower. You can log into the app, you can see product, you can see project, you can change maybe color, you can change action, you can add feature, and you can add the pages as well, because components are there, right? You can create a page, drag component, and see how it works. So, yep, the developers, you are faster, and not technical users, you get some superpowers to build this application. Okay, what else? So till now, what do you think? What is FlutterFlow? Okay, it's not a low-code tool. It's not a tool which asks you to write a lot of codes, but it is somewhere between that. Okay, it is an environment which is basically visual developed environment. That's what I call it. That's what we call it. We are not asking you to write machine code or write directly code at the graphics level. And I'm also not saying that you don't have to write the code. Yes, there are some scenarios where you have to write the code. And that's where we come to help you with custom code, custom actions. Okay. So it's not like that everything will be automated or everything will be built without your interception. Okay. So what does that mean? It means it is an environment which will help you to build your products faster and better. So, how much time do you have? Are you ready to build applications better? Come on, show me some hands. Yes, no, maybe. Or if you give me money, I'll build that. Give me something. Okay, cool. So, the overall idea, the overall agenda of this talk was to let you know that there is an environment, there is a tool, there is a visual development environment tool which helps you to build Flutter apps faster and better. And at the same time, you can deploy into multiple stores. At the same time, you can invite your users, your developers, your PMs, and who not in your team on the same platform and ask them that if you want to do something, this is the place. Okay? That's it. I'll leave you with one simple quote is that craft solution with purpose. When every line of code aligns with the user needs, scalability, and excellence. Thank you so much and start with Flutter.
Do any of y'all have any exciting questions to solve? We have some amazing spot prizes for those who ask questions.
Well, I have one question, if I could.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, any question?
Come on, guys. Does anybody have any questions to solve?
Okay, for that, I think you have to tell them what are the prizes.
So that's a surprise.
But cool, do you have any question? Well, I might have first question. Is it paid? Is it free? Well, I'll not answer that. You can go and check it out on FlutterFlow.com. Thank you so much.